it today. It's not going to be just about the toys. It's going to be about how we get the toys to the destination and what is the best setup. Toy hauler, motorhome, sliding camper. What else we got? Crawler holders. Not just your regular pickup truck with a trailer. We're going to talk about it, how you're going to go camping and actually bring some of your stuff with you. So, let's go ahead. Yes, shocks got rebuilt. I got a Racer Turbo S steering that I'm going to modify to fit in the RS1. What else we got here? Oh yeah, look at this babe, it's massive. Half-inch plate that protects the pinion, U-joint stuff. We got some beautiful 4340 chromoly axle shafts that we're gonna put on the front end. I already put the short side. I gotta do the tall side. So, yeah. As you can see, something like this will never fit on a toy hauler. So when I mention boats, I'm talking about a real boat, not something that looks like a canoe, okay? Luckily for everybody, I do have the experience with multiple different setups, whether it was slidings, toy haulers, campers, trailers. I mean, you name it, I had it, I had owned it, sold it. Eventually, I stepped up to what I think now it's the perfect setup. There's, I do a lot of different stuff. So let's say one day you take a real Jeep, another day you take UTVs. Let's say you only do dirt bikes, but maybe also you have a boat. Or what happened if you're gonna go and help to maintain a trail? Talking about helping on that trail. I belong to an off-road club. It's called the WTF, Watch These Four-Wheelers. And we maintain trails specifically, around our areas. And a lot of the times we bring our own machines. Again, this will destroy a toy hauler and most likely will not fit. Only two choices if you want to bring a tractor or an excavator with you to the camping area. Whether you have a nice flatbed truck and let's say a travel trailer, you get your motorhome with a flatbed trailer, or you get a tracking camper with a trailer behind. Again, toy hauler, not the choice here. Also, we're gonna talk about bringing not just one toy. To have a setup to bring one toy, that's pretty easy. I mean, you just need minimum space and that's it. So, on this versus, we're going to be talking about it most likely to at least being able to bring one full-size rig and one of these or two of these or multiple ATVs. Let's go. As you can see, we're about to get fancy. Hi, honey. What? She has a lot to say. Come on. Up, up. Up, up. No? Oh, donkey comes up. Okay, come on. Okay, let's say hi. Over for a beer. I mean, yeah, whatever I think it's a beer. All right. Whoa. Okay, shut up. I made a list, and we're gonna go and figure it out which one scores the highest. For this video, we're gonna be, we have all the different setups.
I changed the list a little bit. The only one that is gonna be from 1 to 5 is gonna be the fancy and space. The rest are gonna get 1 point if they're capable of doing it, or 0 points
real stuff,
if they are
weighs more than
incapable
4,000 pounds.
of doing it.
And it's, wider than, let's say, 83 inches. Then we have UTVs, we got tractors, excavators, minis, any kind of implement. Here we're gonna have our fancy luxury setup and amount of space. And on here we're gonna have our multiple UTVs or crawlers. We're gonna rate this from 1 to 5.
Ah, look at that beauty. That was my first toy hauler. It was pretty good. I think it was about 28 feet long. It fit maybe one dirt bike and one side-by-side. Most likely just the one side-by-side. But because it's a pull behind, I can also have a smaller side-by-side or an ATV on the back of the truck. So that counts too. It was pretty light, so very easy to tow around on the sand and all that kind of stuff. But I hate the toy hauler for one reason. You see, it cannot hold that big Toyota. For that, I had to use another truck to bring it to the trail. That's one of the biggest problems. This is my newer toy hauler that I got. And it worked great. This one had a bed on the front. It was like 33 feet long. It was quite fancy and stuff, but again, my machines get too muddy, full of snow, and then they go inside and destroy the poor little thing. Plus, even though they look fancy, I think they're not built as fancy as like a travel trailer. That is my opinion. The motorhome, man, that it's fancy. And this is a 26 feet motorhome. I specifically select a short motorhome so I can tow more and be maneuverable. But it can carry a Jeep, it can carry a tractor, it can carry a wheeler, it can carry two side-by-sides, it carries the large pontoon boat. It's the most versatile vehicle that I have owned to go camping with many different toys. The overlander, man, that Jeep was good. With the overlander, basically I had a travel trailer that I pull around, and then I wheeled the crap out of the Jeep all weekend long. Then I went hook up to the travel trailer and drove back home. I did the same with the Suburban. That also was an overlander. And on that one, I could also camp inside the Suburban. So then it did allow me to, pull other toys, implements, whatever was necessary. That one was quite versatile too, but zero fancy. I mean, if I didn't have the camper, it was no. Sliding camper. My God, that is very versatile. But you need to have the correct track to actually hold it. You can pull anything you want behind it. It's just like having your regular pickup truck and you pull whatever you want. From the boat to the trailer to multiple UTVs. Just a great setup. Kind of small inside. Even when they have a slide out. This one, I had it with a slide out generator, It's a top of the line as you're gonna get. And still, it was no motorhome, it was no travel trailer. They're still kind of small, but pretty nice. And that was a very cheap camper that I had, but another example of everything you can tow behind with just a camper and a truck. The crawler hauler. This edition of crawler hauler, it is a pull behind, not fifth wheel, so it allows me to carry multiple vehicles. Otherwise, yes, you need a very, very large gooseneck, and then you might not be as maneuverable. But again, I think crawler haulers, they work just great for, most wheelers, maybe hauling dual rigs. Oh, if you're wondering about the chain link fence on the crawler hauler, That actually is the best part of my old crawler hauler because it was a built-in kennel for the dogs, and the dogs loved it. Instead of staying inside in the camper, they have a little door from the camper, and see, they went back to the patio, and then they were safe. I know they weren't going to run away or get in trouble. It was really, really convenient, even though I had to explain the chain link fence to everybody every day. The flatbed truck with, a travel trailer behind. It holds one rig perfectly, or implements. It's pretty convenient. Normally, you can carry even a full-size Toyota on the flatbed of a truck and then hook up to your travel trailer or your toy hauler, whatever you want, and still have fun. Why I'm showing this for, even though it's not a flatbed, because I used it like a flatbed. I used to put my Samurai with 33-inch tires on top of it. Yes, there's the proof, my friends. It worked great, and I towed the little camper behind. It was a tight fit, I'm not gonna lie. Then, obviously, see on here, this other Samurai was on 39-inch tires, so I needed a bigger flatbed. And also, as you can see, I went old school Sammy, old school Chevy dump truck, and old school camper. That setup was really good, fun, got some looks, everything was old school. And yeah, even though it was two-wheel drive, I never had a problem being two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. It's called snow chains, baby. Yes, snow chains, and I go anywhere a 4x4 can go. You can see another example of the flatbed truck with a camper behind. I used to carry an old Terex that I used to have. Oh, there it is. The old Terex on the back of the Ford. As you can see, all my trucks are dually normally. I love dualies. I think dualies are the way to go. It's a truck. You're gonna use it like a truck. I don't buy a truck to do groceries and go to the movies. They work for me. And see, always full-size rigs, no problem. And then towing the little travel trailer behind. Very convenient. I can hold multiple vehicles, but then I'm not camping. So, yes, going back to the list. As you can see, the motorhome, we got 9 points. Second on the list is the truck and sliding camper with 8 points. Tying for third place, flatbed truck and travel trailer, or the crawler hauler. And the last one's tied in there, the overlander and the toy hauler. I don't know. I think it was a pretty good description. I hope you guys like it. Subscribe. That helps a lot. And next week, I'm bringing off-road videos back on. We're going to LV Hills. We're going to hit the hardest trail that they have on winter. And we're going to bring it up. And it's going to get muddy and nasty. Tell me in the comments below if you disagree with my list and why. I have owned multiple of these vehicles. I do a lot of stuff. And it seems pretty fair to me as a description of what is going on here. Again, if we go back to the list, don't forget to subscribe, but let's go back to the list. The motorhome, 26 feet, very maneuverable. I think if I would do this with like a 35-footer, well, things get complicated and you don't go anywhere. Like boat ramps or stuff, it's only certain boat ramps and tow capacities are pretty low, but my motorhome has a towing capacity of 7,500 pounds. So yes, it can tow a boat. That's 1 point. It can, what is this? Wheeler over 4,000 pounds and over 86 inches. Yes, sir. My Jeep is, I think it's actually 86 inches. It's pretty heavy. Then we have UTVs or quad. Absolutely. I can basically tow everything behind. The tractor. Yes, I can tow the tractor. My tractor is 4,200 pounds and I put it on a trailer and I'm still below the 7,500 pound capacity. So no problems there. How's the fancy and the space? Fancy, it is absolutely fancy. It has everything you want. I took 1 point on fancy and space. I'm actually going from 1 to 5, and I took 1 point off on the space only. It's a 26-foot motorhome. You know, it's not a 35-foot toy hauler. But really, really good for us with a kid and 2 pit bulls. Next, multiple rigs. Absolutely. I carry 2 side-by-sides all the time. No problem there. Or I can carry the Jeep and 1 side-by-side, or vice versa. The toy hauler, well, I already said, I don't like bringing my muddy rigs full of snow, water. I mean, I go to places and they get really nasty. Loading them up inside creates a disaster. But let's go with the list. Can I hold a boat? No. And I'm talking about a real boat. I'm not talking about some foo-foo canoe looking boat. I'm talking a boat, like a pontoon boat. Can I hold a crawler hauler? Sorry, a crawler wheeler, whatever. Again, not talking about a little samurai on, 31-inch tire. I'm talking about a real thing, not the size of a UTV. I'm talking something with, let's say, 44-inch tires. You're not going to fit that on a toy hauler. Can I hold quads and UTVs? Yes. A tractor, obviously no. Believe me, you won't fit my tractor on a toy hauler. If you think differently, sure, let me drive it in there. Let's see what happens. Fancy and space, absolutely. They're huge inside and they are fancy. Cheaply built, they're not, I think, as nice as a travel trailer, but super fancy and nice. With the crawler hauler, and the list goes on and it goes on. Tell me what you guys think. What are your opinions?